Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. It's Barnes and Tony, Michael and Renee lurking. It's U.S. Open Thursday. And on top of all of that, I would like to wish my dad a very happy birthday. Enjoying the Borgata, enjoying it. Carmine's on tap for tonight, Tony.
Wow.
And I may be getting the name of the place wrong, but they said they ate at like the American restaurant or something at the Borgata. Do you know what they're talking about? Like it's like a grill or something. What's the like? I mean, I guess I could look it up. But
yeah, no, I mean, I can do a little bit of research too, but I don't know. Maybe it's new. My parents would probably know more than I
feel like I'm gonna find it in 2 seconds. Just
American restaurant.
I thought it was New American. Did they say
American Bar and Grill Borgata?
Yes,
MGM.
yes,
yeah,
yeah.
I got it first, Brian.
You haven't been there though, or no?
No, I'm trying to get some pictures here. Ooh, this is definitely new, dude.
Oh, okay, new spot. Gotcha. They said it was really good. You know, they got in a little late.
Looks nice.
So yeah,
looks like we got some bratwurst with some mustard, pretzel, German action, which is kind of funny because it's American, but that's okay.
Yeah. Boy, I can't could you imagine the noodle house for lunch today?
Oh my God, stop.
Stop.
Wow, we have some nice salmon, some asparagus.
So I mean, you got your options there. I mean, I feel like for the most part, really, I mean, anything in the Borgata, like they really don't put out a bad product there.
I mean, I've never had a complaint about food in any restaurant there. I feel they got pizza on tap. It's probably just okay.
You know what I guess I just don't like these places in general is Tiger chips on, but he's got to have a long putt there, I think, for birdie on number 9. I believe.
It seems kind of high end to be like an American bar and grill, you know?
Oh, yeah, the prices.
Oh, I'm just saying, no, even like the look of I mean, I understand it's the Borgata, but to be called like the American bar and grill, I'm thinking like sports bar-y.
I wonder what place it replaced.
I wonder, it seems like it's maybe where Wolfgang Puck was, which was it? But then Bobby Flay was down.
No, but Bobby Flay returned.
Bobby Flay did return, but is it where?
No, it's that Bobby Flay's in Caesars, like the new one. Oh, okay, anyway. I don't know if they have one there. But.
I think there was one. I don't know if there still is.
Gotcha. Earning for it, Tony.
Earning for it, and I wish I told you where it was. Specifically in the.
I was getting nervous that they got rid of the buffet, but there's no way. Just
make
sure.
God,
just make sure. Dude, just like to calm our nerves here.
Oh my God, let's see if we search buffet. Oh, let's just go dining. The long. You've been in the Long Bar?
It's just a bar. It's not a restaurant.
I think they have like tapas and shit.
Oh, okay. I guess I haven't been there.
Old Homestead. Oh, so good. Bread and butter.
Old Homestead. I've been there.
Metropolitan
the buffet for breakfast, right?
Yes, for breakfast. Lovely
buffet.
Eggs Benedict buffet.
Good, but
there.
Hours still limited or no?
It looks like right now it's closed.
No, but like look days of the week because I swear last time it was like at least 2-3 days a week it was closed.
Really?
Yeah.
Hours of operation Sunday to Monday, which is obviously, and then Thursday to Saturday. So it's closed Tuesday, Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. So it's open right now. Oh, dude.
So you would always go there for breakfast? Like, did you ever go there for dinner or no?
No, it was always for breakfast, never for me. Nah, I don't think it. No, yeah, I don't think it was for dinner ever.
Oh, you know what's crazy? I was just thinking about it because first I was going to say like, oh, maybe your parents are headed to AC this weekend. Maybe they'll run into my parents. Which is kind of ironic. But how about this, Tony? Speaking of running into my parents, yesterday Matt on the way to my house for golf runs into my parents at the rest stop. All of a sudden, I get a picture of the three of them.
That's hilarious.
What are the chances?
Wow, I bet Matthew was so happy.
Oh yeah,
to see that.
Yeah, he was riled up. Definitely,
Yeah.
Oh, I guess they saw him at one of the shows last year. But yeah, it was just kind of ironic.
Gotta, dude.
I know.
Yo, bread and butter, so good. You've been to bread and butter?
Jeez.
That's like it's open like almost 24/7. So it's like like spot to go to if you're gambling in the middle of the night.
I think I did it because I think I would just go to the noodle house
bar
late. Yeah.
I don't know what the sunroom is though.
Oh, you know what I was gonna say though? the food court. Like I feel like I feel like I just don't like food courts, but like I just feel like that like it's kind of not needed over there. Like
Yeah, I think I've been there a couple times, like literally 2.
Yeah.
But it is not needed.
It's not really that good either.
It's not that good, but it
No.
is your cheapest option, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know, if you're losing,
Right. And that's all you can scrap together.
yeah, dude. I lost my shirt.
Oh man. So yeah, a lot to get to here today. We got the coverage here to my left of the 124th playing of the United States Open. So we're so excited about that. Tiger on the course, started actually on the back 9, and actually had a birdie on his first hole. 2 bogeys though have dropped him to 1 over par. He just made a putt, just missed a long birdie putt, made a putt for par. So I'm going to check this, but I believe that let's see. So he's through 9 holes. So
Tiger
started on 10, birdie on 10, and then he had 5 straight pars and then bogeys on 16 and 17. So it's kind of a common theme. We'll see how the second half of this round goes, but I feel like I just see this with him every time. Strong start, and then as the round goes on, he really struggles to get birdies, and unfortunately ends up picking up a couple bogeys, and that's what does him in.
Oh, and then he never comes back from that,
right?
Dude.
And it's like I hate to say that.
Any chance though, just feels like just gets the juices going.
No, but I thought that was the case.
Dude,
I told you 5 straight fairways that he hit that I saw. He might have hit more after that. And they were even saying with the swing that it was less arms and it was really like turning into his hips. So I was hoping that would bode well. And I missed, I was on an appointment when he was, when he made those bogeys. So I don't know what, the specific reason was on that. So, we're obviously rooting him on. And I feel like too, the warm conditions, the fact that he's early late rather than late early, I feel like really bodes well for him. But
I think so too.
He's got to navigate day 1 here. And at the very minimum, I feel like for him really to be stable and him to really feel like he's going to make the cut, he has to shoot even par today.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that is going to put him in a position to be somewhat, around this weekend. But what are your overall first thoughts of the tournament otherwise? The look, the course.
The course looks great, and I really want to go there, and maybe I can work something out next time I visit my sister in Chokri, because they're only an hour away.
Let's go. When was the last time they were at this course? Was it 2014?
Yeah, 10 years ago. Yeah.
And it's still like kind of random. It's not every 10 years. It's just
it could be 9,
could be next
7,
year.
and I think they have like 5 future US Open set up. So they're gonna
Makes sense.
it's a classic course. They're gonna be there.
Classic course.
Right now,
Classic tournament.
Koepka Pavone tied at the top at 2 under. Slew of golfers at 1 under par, including Ludwig Aubert. Sergio Garcia with a surprising start, just got in as an alternate through qualifying, which is very impressive that he was able to, because those qualifiers are tough.
Squeak in there.
You want to know why I paused though? You're gonna be around for this and maybe tighten away. Mom just texted me.
Yankees tickets.
No,
you're going. Oh,
well, I am going, but that's separate. Wow, that's kind of.
Oh, come on.
Wait, what's the deal with Tiger here? Is this just a highlight, or if it isn't, he leaves it short, which it is on 10. So so I would imagine Tiger's gonna have a long putt to save par to avoid another bogey. But my mom texted me. Maybe she's listening, trying to rub it in, trying to play it off. Enjoying the breakfast buffet, so good.
Oh,
tough. Honestly, right? Tough to hear that.
Yeah, that is really tough. Especially, I was just thinking about the buffet. We're just talking about it, obviously. But honestly, dude, what's probably sticking about the buffet too is, especially if you go for breakfast, because at around and they may run into this, because I feel like around 10:30, 11 o'clock, they start somewhat put out some lunch items, and you can sneak in some fries or some pizza slices even too.
Oh, the dessert options after you already had an omelet and the French toast with the pancakes.
Oh my God, dude. The silver dollar pancakes, dude. Have 100 of them.
And it's crazy. I mean, buffets these days are a dime a dozen. So it's one of the few remaining.
And it's quality one too.
Oh, that's
dude.
me, Matthew, quality. I mean, that's our name basically.
Would it be worth to just drive down there right now just for the buffet, dude?
I mean, there'd have to be some golf involved, something, you know.
I don't even know. Have you golfed around AC?
I have golfed one time, and I think I sent you guys a picture of this last year, but it was at Ron Jaworski's. Like, I don't know if he used to be Jaws, like he used to be on ESPN. He played for the Eagles. Yes, he sold that stuff now. But yeah, wow, Tiger's gonna drop the 2-0. See, yep, and it was a short putt, but he just pulled it left. But anyway, it was something Pinewood or something like that, and it was like good, but the only thing was it was like, and I don't know if it's like the area or the summer or whatever, but it was like $130. And like, I would say it was like a long, if this makes any sense, like a longer version of Gainer that's in better shape, but that's it. Like, there's no like crazy scenery or anything. So, you know what I mean? It's just like, I would try somewhere else next time, but it's not like you go there and it's like, oh my God, this place is a shithole type of thing either, you know? So, boy,
no, Pinehurst.
I have to say, no, he drew me in this morning. I swear to God, when I was watching, they're talking about the fairways, the way he looked, drew me in. And it's like, but at least originally I did say this was going to happen. So
yeah, we did talk about that in the week. And again, we talked about it too. Like how, you know, the scouting reports for him were like, he's looking good, great shape, swinging the club well, rather. It's all right.
But is it all right? I just like, I don't know. I just don't you feel like too, like you just need one more like Tiger's return, like just one more.
I mean, honestly, for me, yeah, I do feel, because I feel, you know, I mean, obviously, you know, growing up, I've seen it.
Yeah.
But I was never really like dialed into golf growing up that much, you know, like I don't think I was even old enough to really respect the run.
What about the 2019 Masters? Did you have any eyes on that? Or?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, of course I had eyes on it, but I'm in grad school, you know, other priorities.
You're hammered.
You're hammered, dude, in the corner of a room somewhere.
Yeah.
No, but obviously, you know, I was watching it. Yes, drinking, like having a good time. But again, I really wasn't there for the golf, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would like to see it, dude. But it's tough, especially you think at a you know, tournament as historical as this one. What year did this start, Brian? Do you know?
1895. That was kind of crazy. You got me. It was almost about to answer the question. So that's a very good drop there. That is for sure. And yeah, Morikawa here, I guess, playing number 10. Looks like he's in the rough, so that's going to be a tough shot. Koepka had actually just pitched out from the pine straw. Fortunately for him, it is a par 5, I believe, because he's playing number 10. So we'll see what he does with that. He's on the fairway now, but strong start for Brooks. And you know, it's interesting. Even though neither of us picked Brooks Koepka, really talked about him that much leading up to this, and I think part of that was the disappointment of the first 2 majors of the season. But I think at the end of the day, I mean, if he were to somehow win, obviously it's so early, like you can't tell anything. But I don't think we would be that surprised, just because he has risen up for U.S. Opens and PGAs multiple times. So.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about it yesterday too. I think when you asked, I think I said Koepka as a live golfer,
as a top live golfer. Yeah.
But I mean, you know, those last 3, you know, PGA majors, he finished outside the top 25. You know, we talked about that. So maybe here the bounce back, but you never know. Like you said, it's early.
But it can get late early.
It could get late early. Do you think he's outright leader after day 1 here?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because don't you think too, like once he gets like a little sense, a little taste of like leading or being in contention, like he just takes off from there.
Yeah, no, I think so. And you're right. You know, I feel like for Koepka, at least from what I've seen, which is I guess limited of Koepka, obviously, but it just seems like his day 1, however he sets the tone, like it's kind of how it stays for the rest of the weekend.
Right.
So
that's very true.
You know, we'll see.
So yeah, you know, very, very early on here. Let's see what else we got here. So I had mentioned Sergio going down the leaderboard here. Jeez, this thing, you know what, you for these majors, because I don't know, there's some type of lag. You can't do PGAtour.com.
Oh, does US Open have their own thing?
US Open has their own thing. It's just like, interesting. It doesn't update. I don't know why.
Does every major have their own?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, so now this is updated here. So yeah, Aubert 1 under through 8. And then you have Ricky Fowler even through 9, Minwoo Lee even through 7, Daniel Berger even through 7, Neil Shipley, who was the top amateur at the Masters, is even through 6. You got Austin Eckroat is even as well. Cam Smith 1 over through 11, Will Zalatoris 1 over through 10, Colin Morikawa 1 over through 9, Webb Simpson 1 over through 7. Lucas Glover, 2 over through 11. We talked about Tiger, 2 over through 10. DJ, 2 over through 8. So I think, the start of this is playing the way we would expect. And how about this? You had said, you were Phil here, but +6 through 9.
That's really embarrassing, dude.
Just for whatever reason, especially since that collapse at Winged Foot back in 2006. Phil Mickelson just at the U.S. Open, it's just been a train wreck.
Really, never good.
And it's because it's the only major he needs to complete the career Grand Slam. Obviously, as the years go on, it seems less likely and likely that he's going to do that.
Lonnie.
Oh, there he is.
There we go. All right, stand by, Lonnie. Hold on. Let's see. Bluetooth in it here. Blown it. Got it.
Come on, Tony.
Lonnie, are you in there, man?
Yeah, I'm good. What's good? You can hear me?
Oh, I can hear you, Lonnie. The whole world can hear you.
Oh, and by the way, not to jump in front of you, Lonnie, but I was just about to text you back before.
He actually just commented to Double B. Answer the question. Text, please.
It's my dad's birthday, but my birthday is in 6 days. So how about that?
Okay. Well, happy birthday to your father, and then I'll be sure to text you in 6 days, because that's why I was calling, because you're taking too long to reply. I understand you're doing the show, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure I got that in before.
No. I appreciate you, and I was actually going to text you earlier, but I was like driving when I heard you call in this morning. But that was a funny call, honestly.
Yeah, Dave took it way out of left field.
I know you're. I kind of like feel like I know you're gonna say here, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. But like initially, like when you first answered, like were you almost like a little tight or no?
Tight about what?
No. I'm saying the way he answered, like basically what you just said about like taking it too far.
No, I wasn't. I know, like at this point, I know how radio is. I know, that they're gonna make, they're gonna make fun of you. If you say something wrong, they're gonna run with it because it makes everything funny. So I guess the way I worded it, he took it the wrong way because I said he's Jewish. What I was trying to say is that because he's Jewish, you're Jewish. That's basically a talking point for the both of y'all. That's what I was trying to say. I wasn't saying, because he's Jewish, you Jewish, you should know each other. Like, whatever.
Yeah. They took off from there.
I found it to be funny, but I don't want people thinking I'm ignorant, thinking that there's only 11 Jewish people in the world. Like, when you say stuff like, no, seriously.
No,
seriously,
I got you. Yeah.
When you say stuff like that, there's stupid people in this world that will think that they like, he really thinks there's 11 Jewish people in the world. So, I'd rather not have that out there because, there's things that I am ignorant about, but that's not one of them. So, Dave took it the wrong way. And then you got Rick over there saying, well, you can't spell jewelry without Jewish or without Jew. So, like I said, they took it and ran with it. But, I was just really calling in to make sure I got that birthday shout out for, I thought it was yours, Brian, but, hopefully your father listens. Hopefully he hears me say happy birthday to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Appreciate it.
Which birthday is more important to you?
What do you mean, his Brian's or his father?
Yeah.
I would have to say his father, because without his father being born, Brian wouldn't be.
Wow.
If you really think about it, Tony, that makes a lot of sense.
It
does. Not?
Yeah. You can't argue with that.
So shout out to Mr. B for doing what he did that night in the club, for bringing Brian here in the world today.
Man, that's good stuff.
And happy birthday to him. And so it's at the 18th is your birthday?
19th.
Oh, 19th. All right. So yeah, I'll be sure to type that in my phone and all of that. You guys do a great show. Tell Michael and everybody I said hi, Renee, Matt,
Yeah, absolutely, bro. And before you know, we'll be
Jay.
seeing you.
Yo, how's Jay? Because I feel like I haven't heard about Jay in mad long. Is he still in England?
Yeah, he was back for a hot sec, Lonnie. Like literally for 2 weeks. He was visiting here for a weekend.
But was
and
he
now,
on a week ago Friday, or was that 2 weeks ago?
I think that was 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
All the time just blends together.
I know, kind of crazy. But now he's back in England again, so he's having a good time.
Wow.
Yeah,
he must be loving it out there, huh?
Oh yeah, he's having a great time.
Did he go to the game that the Mets?
No,
yeah. His flight was in on like the Saturday morning, I think, and then just ended up botching it, not going. He's not a real baseball.
That would have been. Yeah, but that would have been pretty cool for at least you, Tony. He could have sent you some pictures, and
I know
especially the game that they won. That was a pretty crazy win.
Yeah,
and of course, Barnes, our guy, was calling the game, so I guess gave the little Mets a little luck there.
Just stop. What the hell are you talking about, dude? Michael K giving the Mets luck.
The great Lindor, Tony. The great Lindor.
No, I was gonna say. Oh no, yeah, sorry. What were you gonna say?
Go ahead. What you want to say?
No, I was gonna say I think the reason why Jay didn't go, like he doesn't want to hurt Tony's feelings, but he's really a Yankee fan, so that's why he didn't go. But he just doesn't want to say it.
It's not true, dude.
You never know.
He could have been behind enemy lines out there because we technically need him to scout for the Phillies because those dudes is kind of hot. So Schwarber smacked 2 home runs yesterday. I think one was off the first pitch of the game.
And then how about the Yankees, Lonnie? 6 runs in the first inning. I mean, are you kidding?
I mean, look, listen, 25 runs in 3 games, I'll take it. But and it's crazy because the Royals are a pretty good team. It's like they're doing what they're supposed to do against the good teams. They're obviously taking care of the bad teams. Listen, Barnes, I'm not getting too ahead of myself. I'm not like you. Oh, you picked the Chiefs for 28. I'm not doing all of that. Once they get into the playoffs, we'll see what they do because that's the main thing. I'm enjoying the season. Soto, Verdugo, everybody's looking good. Rizzo needs to wake the hell up.
I think Rizzo needs to move into a coaching role. I think honestly.
He needs to do something. He needs to wake up. But I think they're obviously going to give him another chance because that's Judge's Mans and all of that. But yeah, I mean, they're doing good. Volpe is still, continuing to become a young star for the team. So I just, like I said, man, I'm not 162. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about once 163, 164, 165. Once those games start to kick off, that's when I'm really like, all right, let's see what we can do because, like I said, we've dominated the regular season for God knows how long now. It's we need to make something happen in the playoffs, and hopefully this year we, Judge has the coverage. Hopefully Stan can still do what he does in the playoffs. Him out here hitting bombs right after Judge. I mean, it's all exciting when all of that is happening during the regular season, but we want to see that in the playoffs. Like,
do you think you're gonna? You sound like you're almost doubtful.
I'm not doubtful. I'm just,
skeptical.
Yeah, because like I said, what happens. It's like, oh, well, great season. And then we get to the playoffs and then the bats go cold. The pitching does what it does, but then nobody hits the ball.
I don't know, Lonnie. Did Dan Grassa get in your ear a little bit?
No. Stop it. I've been saying this for years, bro.
No, but when anybody says this to me, all I say is, well, the difference is two differences really, and if you even want to say 3, but the main 2 are Soto and Anthony Volpe, and I think that's the difference. That's what we haven't had going back to 2017, and that's what changes everything.
That's true.
I mean, can't argue with that.
I mean, like I said, the leadoff hitter, then we got somebody covering Judge, and then we got somebody right behind Judge too. So it's gonna be hard for these pitchers. Like, I'm not calling this murderer's row, but it can get scary for these pitchers, especially if you got the leadoff hitter getting on base almost every time, or if he's always getting a hit at least, something like that. It's gonna be hard for these pitchers. So, like you said, Barnes, the lineup is there, bro. It's just, are they going to get it done in the playoffs? Like, that's all I'm worried about. Like, The pitching, I think, is going to be good because we're going to have Cole coming back. Hopefully, he comes back. He's healthy. Hopefully, Nesta, I don't know if they're going to move him to the bullpen or if they're going to move Gil to the bullpen. Or Hill, whatever it is. Gil, however you say his last
name.
Hill. So, whatever they do, they just got to, and you know what else is, I see from what I'm watching, I think, no, not that I think, I feel like Boone is actually making calls himself.
I was just watching the game with Matt last night, and I said the same exact thing.
And the damn puppet strings are not being pulled as much. They're still being pulled, but they're not being yanked. Like, they just like slightly tugging it now. Like, I feel like Boone is actually, it's a lot of gut calls more than, oh, well, let me just look at the paper and see what the statistics say. So that's another thing that I think plays a major factor in the Yankees, the way they lose and how they win sometimes, because, the analytics, they just look right at that paper. Oh, let's just do what the paper says instead of saying, okay, well, my gut is telling me let's do this. So I think a lot of that is coming into play this year too. So like I said, man, I just hope that they continue to do this now, obviously, and they just carry it over into the playoffs. And honestly, for your Mets, Tony, I just hope that they have a better year than they've been having, because it was a rough month last month.
Mm-hmm.
But so far they've been playing pretty decent. They've been picking up. I think them actually taking that second game in the London series gave them some juice because of the way they won. And as you can see, unfortunately, they dropped the first game to the Marlins. I don't know how you drown to fish, but then they came back and they smoked the salmon yesterday. So they just got to continue doing that. And that's about it, man. I just hope, both teams actually make it to the playoffs. The Mets, I really don't really care for, but I just hope for, Mets fans and for the city that they actually revive the season that they're having, because it was dreadful last month. And yeah, like I said, man, hopefully the Yankees go all the way, man, because it's about time. Jesus Christ. We need a freaking ring out here, please.
A ring, a parade, music to my ears.
Parade. Yeah, man. Like I would love for it to be the Yankees first, but if the Liberty can do it, I'll be happy with that too. But you guys have a great show, as always. And of course, shout out to the company. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you guys on June 28th as well.
I was going to mention that.
Just talking about that.
Yeah. So yeah, looking forward to seeing you making my Beach Bash debut, Lonnie.
Oh right, because you wasn't there last year. The sexy Tony interviewed me with that beautiful mustache.
Yeah, I know. It feels forever ago, dude.
Yeah, it really
and Michael had the long flowing locks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now he had beautiful short hair. I love the haircut, by the way, Michael. If you hear this, I love it.
Oh, he's definitely
the hair was nice. The hair was nice. Like every time I would look at him, it reminded me of Tommy. But now it's like, oh, he cut his hair. It reminds me of Tommy again.
Mm-hmm.
So he is the Green Ranger. So, all right, you guys have a great one. Nice
all
talking
right,
to you.
thanks,
always.
Lonnie. We'll talk to you soon.
Peace out.
So, great call there by Lonnie. And while we were on the phone with him, Brooks Koepka made a birdie, so he's now tied at 3 under with Pavone. But he did hit his tee shot into the rough. So I think we should see shortly what he's going to do with that. And I'm sure they'll show him soon, but it seemed like Tiger had gotten into a little bit of trouble on the green. I don't know if he was able to save par, but we should know in a second. Patrick Cantlay is 2 under with Heaney and Aubert right now for second place. So I think, kind of what we expected to see so far. Not a ton of birdies so far. A couple guys a few under par, but we know, that changes very quickly, Tony.
Yeah, dude. And it should be interesting too. I think Aubert this morning, I think, was like a late leader, early leader, I should say. Tapering off, which is interesting because we talked a little bit about him coming into this tournament. It'd be interesting, where he is at the end of the day. I think, did you say he's tied for third?
He is tied for second.
Second now.
Yeah.
That's freaking sick, dude. Let's go for him, dude. And it was actually kind of funny. I don't know if you heard Dave try to pronounce his name this morning on the show.
Aubert.
Agberg. He was saying Agberg.
Yeah.
So funny.
That is funny. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, it happens. You know, happened to us.
Yeah, I said it the same exact way. So anything that develops here on the Open, I'm going to be watching it. This is great though. You can't beat the first day of a major championship.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
That's right. We have a couple comments, by the way. I know you can't see them, but we do have Josh B in the house with a nice big "Let's go, baby."
Josh B.
Let's be. What's up, dude? He says, I thought it was late here, but my daughter's kindergarten move up ceremony. Bang, dude.
Let's go.
I don't know what I would imagine graduation ceremony from kindergarten.
Yes.
Yeah, they moved it up, I guess. That's kind of cool. He also says, happy birthday to your father, Mr. B.
Appreciate it.
And then
Josh
my mother's in the house, says, hey, fellas. My mother tried to call me when the show started.
Have you been up on your calls recently?
I spoke with her yesterday. Naturally, it's Father's Day weekend. You know, you call, plan, whatever.
Maybe
barbecue.
she said, I decided take a little time off. We're at the Borgata. Never know. That could have been one of the calls. She was excited to tell you.
I mean, Thursday is one of her off days too.
So we'll have someone cover on Friday type of deal.
And my dad's always quick to take off too, if that's the case.
Yeah, like just earning for the Borgata.
Yeah.
If you had to say, what would you say of the Borgata? Like, what their favorite part of it is? Like, is it the pool? Is it the restaurant?
That's a great
spa?
Question. I mean, I feel like it's a great question.
Tiger, another bogey, just misses a putt, 3 over.
It's
over.
It definitely is over. And for my parents, it's definitely the food. It's definitely the dining. I want to say.
What's their favorite restaurant there?
Probably it's Angeline's. I think is the Italian restaurant. That's the Michael Simon's restaurant. Which is literally, I mean, we've been there multiple times. It seems like they go there now. Every time they're there, they try to make time to go there.
Mm-hmm.
They're like fresh made pasta daily, the lobster, oh my gosh, dude. So good there. So
boy, that sounds good.
I know, literally, and it's actually kind of funny too, because the first time we went there, they had just opened. And it was like, I don't know, dude, they were just pretty like tight, I guess, about everything. It just seemed because obviously the high-end dining, Michael Simon is I don't know if you know him, but he's a big Food Network chef, like world-renowned, whatever. And all the pasta dishes are from his mother's and his grandmother's homemade recipes, whatever. And because of that, there's just no substitutions. You don't have to really substitute different pastas, different sauces, whatever, restrict about that. But I swear to God, dude, when we went there, the waiter, I don't know if he was in love with Michael Simon, but everything was Michael likes to prepare it like this. Well, when Michael was a young boy growing up in southern Italy, it's oh, dude, are you kidding? This guy talk about cheese, dude. Oh my God, Michael doesn't like to substitute because this is his grandmother's recipe that he made, and I'm just dude,
that is so funny.
Just asking a question, dude. But honestly, bad first experience, but ever since then, tried it again, and then amazing, dude. So
great time.
Yeah, I'm sure if she's still watching, she'll be commenting about that.
Oh,
honestly,
yeah.
It's just,
boy, I feel like the wind, even though I would be proud to see Brooksy get another US Open here with Tiger, just because there was a taste early.
Really?
I feel like it kind of,
it's
like a knife in the chest.
Yeah, like the wind was taken out of your sails.
Because now
dude.
It's I just feel like every time he's in a tournament, I feel like I find myself being reminded that it's over, honestly. And that's kind of tough to come to grips with.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. It is.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I came to terms with it maybe a couple tournaments ago.
Yeah.
What tournament was it?
Masters?
No. Was it? No. Was it the Masters with the wind and the rain delay? No.
That was the Masters last year.
That was the Masters over last year.
Yeah.
No, there was another tournament this year where he had to play 27 holes in one day or something, right?
I guess it was I think the Masters delay was last year. I think you're just thinking about the Masters last year.
No way, dude.
There was no Masters delay this year.
Interesting.
I think anyway. Almost positive.
Oh.
So I guess there could have been. So I guess it could have been the Masters. Whatever. Yeah, it's just tough. Koepka hitting his second here out of the pine straw, and that is gonna settle on the edge. No, wow. I thought it was gonna settle on the edge of the green. Goes into the bunker. So he's going to chip behind the hole here. So a little bit of a tough shot there for Koepka.
Could you make it?
Yeah. No, actually with the bunker, I don't know. Last year or so, I've been very comfortable. We've talked about with the, how you hit it.
Yeah, hit it normally.
Yeah, why aren't you just doing that?
You ever just totally miss it though? Like you hit it underneath it or something, or
very rarely. I would say out of all the bunker shots this year, maybe that's happened one time. It doesn't really happen.
You know what really sucks? The last time I was golfing, bunker shot, and it was just on the edge of the bunker so
Uh-huh.
that there's just basically a wall just in front of you. And it's just like, how am I like, there's not enough room to even get it up and over. So it's just like, what do you even do, dude?
It's kind of tough.
It really is tough,
Yeah.
man. But hey, that's why we practice, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I would love to have. Honestly, just a bunker and a green, like outside this building right now.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
No, that would it now. It's funny because remember I was telling you that, like, I feel like I bring it up all the time, but just when I went to Naples, like being able to walk on that course and stuff. If you had that scenario where you lived, okay, and it was like you could do it whenever you want, how often would you go? Like when you were just chilling at home?
I mean, I feel like it would be like if I did have that option. I mean, every like weekend morning for sure, right? And then if I have time at night,
like it would be, but like
so
what I mean is like, so every night, if the night's open, you would pretty much go every time. Like, and it's free, I'm saying.
Literally,
like you're
yeah,
just
yeah,
walking
yeah.
on
Yes.
Like you would every time.
Absolutely, dude.
Like, are you kidding? Like, I feel like you'd be so robbed.
So right. I mean, the accessibility is huge.
Yeah.
You just get a couple holes in, you feel good. Like, and they talk about being consistent, feel better. You'll obviously be getting better, I'm sure. You know, like, come on, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
So yeah, good stuff. And I will keep everybody posted on the Open, but let's go to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it! Yep. And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeouts.
Drove deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
All right. So we heard that sound 3 times last night in a Yankee, I guess, smashing, Tony, of the Royals here.
Clobbering.
11-5, 6 runs in the first inning. So Yankees all day in this one. You go back to the first inning, and you had Anthony Volpe, leading off with a single. And then you also had Juan Soto with a single himself. So you had first and second. And then Stanton did strike out, but Alex Verdugo comes on with 2 runners on, hits a 2-run single. So that gave the Yankees a 2-0 lead. Anthony Rizzo making a productive out to make the Yankees up 3-0. And then Jose Trevino, 2-on, 2-out. How many times have we seen him do this? But instead of the patented rising liner over short, he goes 3-run homer to left, 6-0. So Trevino really with a renaissance season this year, hitting 272. I believe his OPS is about 760. So really doing a nice job. So you love to see that. Cody Petit starting for the Yankees. I mentioned, remember I said, Tony, the danger of the bullpen game for the Royals. Their starter in this one, Altavilla, gets 1 out and gives up 5 runs. So not the way you want to start a ball game. Petit pitches 5 scoreless innings, but the top half of the 5th, Giancarlo Stanton, a homer to left center, 449 feet, really opened this one up. An 8-0 lead. Petit gives up 2 runs in the 6th. So he ends up going 1 out into the 6th inning, gets pulled. The Yankees go to the bullpen, go to Ian Hamilton for an inning and a third. He struggles, gives up 3 runs, but obviously Yankees take to that big lead. And then also too, on top of that, they tack on another 3 runs. Gleyber Torres, a homer to left, 415 feet. So kind of seems like he's showing signs of life of somewhat heating up here. That was only his 6th homer of the season. So at this point in the year, what are we, 70 games into the season? And Gleyber Torres and Jose Trevino have the same amount of home runs as Brooks almost chips in from the bunker. So looks like he's going to stay at 3 under. Be interesting to see if Gleyber continues a push at some better numbers here. In the 7th, those runs come in. Witt with a single, Pasquiano with a single, and a bases loaded walk by Tommy Kahnle, but he does get the final out of that inning. And then Luke Weaver, Caleb Ferguson combining for 2 scoreless innings to end this one. 11-5 your final, 11 runs, 11 hits. for the Yankees, and just good vibes all around here. It's just a treat to watch this team every night. And if you look at the lineup, every starter besides Mr. LeMahieu with a hit in this one, Volpe with 2 hits, Stanton with 2 hits, Verdugo with 2 hits, Gleyber with a hit as well. And then the 3 RBIs, the 2 runs scored, and then Jose Trevino with 2 hits. So production up and down the lineup. And they said this on DNR this morning. Last year, the Yankees 7 through 9 hitters hit 212. This year, they're hitting 246. So that's making a big difference. And then the fact that seemingly every night, either Judge, Soto, or Stanton are hitting a home run. Verdugo has been very steady. And then Jose Trevino, I mean, that's really been big. The fact that you're getting offense there, because last year, whether it was Sagashioka or Wells at the end of the year, you just weren't getting any offense out of your catcher. So it's just a great time to be a Yankee fan right now. And they were going to go for a big 4-game sweep here. And I think it would make them 18-1 against the AL Central this year, which is crazy. Before they have a 3-game set in Boston. An afternoon game, 2:10 today, will feature a pitching matchup of Nestor Cortez and Alec Marsh. We've done the splits with Cortez, road and home. Road is like 6 ERA, questionable last time he pitched. So it'll be interesting to see if he can kind of, snap that streak. The only thing is, Kansas City's kind of gotten beat up on here. A getaway game is tough, especially you're going from Missouri to Boston. So I think there's going to be a challenge here. I think the Royals are going to be ready. Alec Marsh, though, 4.05 ERA, hittable. So again, the Yankee offense shouldn't struggle. So if Nestor can just be okay, 5 innings, 2 earned, 5 innings, 3 earned, 6 innings, 3 earned, I think that's going to be enough to win this game. So we'll talk about that more in the frenzy. But Tony, I know, you're a little deflated given the recent events with the Mets, but not only did we have a 2 New York win situation yesterday, but for the first time this year, both teams scoring 10 runs. So the Mets with a big, was it 10-4 victory last night?
That's right, 10-4. Same, differential.
30 feet. Will he make it? And it looks like it's leaking left. Is it coming back? This is definitely going to be short and right. And it's long and right. So he could tap that in for par, but will remain at 3 over. Technically inside the cut line right now, but like I said, he's got to make his way back to even.
Damn, dude, that's
tough. Tapping in for par. Continue, Mets.
Yes, so you said it, dude. 10-4. Let's go. Mets even up the series here at home. Obviously, you heard Lonnie talk about it. That they, dropped game 1 of the series to a lowly Marlins, but that's fine right now. Like I said, big bounce back here. David Peterson, the start, 5 innings pitched, 8 hits, 4 earned runs. Only 1 strikeout, but did labor through this one, and of course. Got some offensive support, which you love to see. And, there's a pretty interesting stat, that Cohen said at the beginning of the game last night, that the Mets.
Matthew Ryan.
Yeah. You want to take it or? I mean.
Just give him a couple.
90 seconds.
90 seconds, Matthew. Tony.
Let me unmute him from here. There we go.
I want you to give Tony his lecture, Matthew.
90 seconds. What do you got, Matthew?
What's the lecture today?
Well, the Mets. They actually scored 10 runs. I'm shocked. Amazing.
I mean, it is amazing.
It is amazing, though, if you think about it.
When's the last time you saw Yankees and Mets score double-digit runs, huh?
Oh, well, no. I'm just saying it's amazing because maybe the Mets can, start sucking again, and because this is a Yankee town.
Listen, I mean, it's not necessarily. First of all, what is the town?
Whatever.
What town are you referring to?
New York.
City, town. It's the same thing.
You talking about Connecticut? Is Connecticut Yankee town?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think Connecticut
Fairfield
is Yankee
County, yes.
You think Fairfield
Upstate
County?
Connecticut, no. Upstate Connecticut
I just wanna,
sucks. Fairfield County is awesome.
Because who cares about they beat the lowly Marlins.
The lowly Marlins. Yeah, well, still, it's a win is a win is a win. Am I right?
It's the lowly Marlins. Don't get all too excited.
All right, well,
there's still 9 games on
the Yankees beat the lowly Royals in a bullpen.
Well, they're not a lowly Royals.
They're lowly.
The Marlins are lowly.
They're not lowly.
The only thing I will give credit to Tony is he's not that jacked up about it. So that's the one thing I would say. It's not like he's getting all riled, like playoffs back on type of deal.
I think Matthew Ryan's more riled. To be honest,
yes.
I just they gotta win against pretty much a double-A team. Who cares? Tell me when the other Junior League New York team gets a win.
Hey, Junior.
Well, I mean, I don't know. You still gotta be a little happy. Aren't you excited to see Alvarez back in the lineup, Matthew? Even a little bit. You know, young talent in the league, great catcher. You don't see that very often. Offensive catcher leader.
He is subpar.
What? He's not subpar. It's ridiculous. He's nursing a thumb injury, and he's a catcher.
He's subpar.
I'm
going to say Wilpons 2.0. Wilpons 2.0. Bye.
No, all right, bye.
Wow. Aggressive there, huh?
I mean, what are you gonna do, dude?
Does that take the wind out of your sails for this win?
Not quite like the way Tiger does, dude. But nonetheless, I forget what I was saying. Oh, yes, the interesting stat here. Mets, on average, earn 5.5 runs on the road, which leads the MLB in like earned runs in the road. And then they only earn, I think, 3 runs at home, which is like second to last in the MLB.
Second to last,
which is really interesting. How odd is that? They lead the league in runs away, and then they're last in runs at home, which is ridiculous.
They want the fans to be tight.
I guess so. A very odd stat to me that was brought to my attention. Thank you very much, Mr. Cohen. You know, always on top of the ball there for broadcast.
Yeah.
Always up to date. Dude.
Oh, yeah. Gary Cohen, legend.
Like, honestly, dude, especially after you listen to Michael Kay in the international series. I mean, what a disgrace, dude.
Oh,
what a disgrace.
Dude,
Chase Utley in the box. Like, honestly, it's embarrassing.
Oh, God.
He's just, oh, God.
Delusion, dude. Tony.
Oh, gross, man. All right, so anyway, Harrison Bader actually started off this game with the scoring in the bottom of the first. You mentioned the Yankees scoring in the first. The Mets could do that too, with Lindor on base after a hard hit single. Bader, I believe, for the first time this year, probably as a Met in general too, batting second in the lineup. Goes yard, left center, 431 feet. A pretty good bomb there, Michael, to put the Mets up 2-0. But I mean, David Peterson gives it right back. Second inning, Myers, RBI double, Rivera, the RBI single, ties the game up. And now, looking at that first inning with Peterson, it's not, I don't know. I think it's just another scenario like we talk about Minaya or Quintana even, where it's just like his stuff is hittable. I mean, his fastball is 96. It's not terrible. But it's not that he's not locating, but it's just like between that and then his sweeper. I mean, these pitches are just hittable, which is why you see him giving up a lot of runs. I think very low strike, one strikeout, this entire outing. And nonetheless, like I said, I mean, the bats were hot. Alvarez also in that same inning, an RBI single with Taylor and Vientos on base. Both have been absolutely killing it, Vientos and Taylor. Honestly, Taylor's been really a breath of fresh air in terms of like an off-season acquisition.
Yeah.
Honestly, between him and Martinez has been great, and Vientos is hot. I think Vientos in that inning also scores a pass ball, I believe. And JD Martinez, another bright spot that was acquired in the offseason. Ropes an RBI single, scores Lindor, and McNeil, just like that. It's 5-2. And then the fifth inning comes along, and this is where, Peterson starts to get into a little bit of trouble, get up a couple more earned runs. De La Cruz, RBI double. Wow. Chaz Chisholm with an RBI single. And boy, I'm really tired of watching Jake Berger hit well against the Mets. Like, there's just no reason for that.
AAA player.
He really is, dude. And then, they kind of hang around, the Miami right now. At this point in the fifth, he does end up getting out of it and limits the damage, but it's a 1-run game. You're thinking, all right, like Peterson is like probably going to be out after this inning, which he was. And then you're like, all right, I got to go to the bullpen, which is like, how much more confidence do you have in your bullpen? But Nunez puts in 2 1/3, which is actually pretty solid. 5 Ks, no hits, no earned runs, obviously. Which I feel like was certainly his best outing, I think, as a Met. I know it hasn't had a ton of experience in the majors right now, but again, 2 1/3 innings. I know it's against Miami, Matthew, but still, for someone who's a pitcher like that, I mean, who you really don't expect much from, I think is a good look. And Diekman and Garrett were able to kind of close out this game. And then the late surge of home runs, in that fifth inning, right after Peterson, you get Marte homering to left center, 434 feet, excuse me. I think his last 9 games, he's just been absolutely raking at the plate. which is great. But I mean, I still don't really like him that much, to be honest, dude.
I still don't get it.
No, it's just his play in the outfield. It's just like his defense is just so like,
Yeah.
he's just not committed to playing defense.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure if some team wants to pick up a trade deadline as like a DH spot, you know, like an extra bat,
Yeah.
that would be great.
Yeah.
But again, he's a liability, I feel like, in the outfield. And honestly, I don't know. He strikes me as not a great clubhouse guy. I don't know about you. I don't know about you, Zach, either. But he just seems like he has like almost like a chip on his shoulder, being that he's a veteran. He just thinks he's kind of like better. I don't know. That's how he portrays.
I always thought he seemed low key, like he's not really saying much. Like,
yeah, but I think that's what it is, though. He just doesn't talk. He just kind of goes in, he does whatever he wants, doesn't really answer to anybody, doesn't really like talk to the young guys. I don't know. I just makes a very approachable guy.
But you think it's like that's what the Mets do to people, type of thing?
I think probably some of it is like maybe he doesn't really want a beer, he's kind of like a paycheck.
Yeah.
But I mean, would he just think of that on any team? Probably, I feel, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I've never heard him talk about like, I never hear him talk, honestly.
No, but I honestly think I really think all this stuff as O'Bear has a chance to take the lead here. Big birdie putt coming towards the hole, fast down the slope, and he just misses it, a ball to the right. So O'Bear is going to remain tied with Koepka at 300. But no, I think it's honestly, Tony, I think this situation with the Mets just really rips people apart, and you can't judge them for it. It's miserable. It is so miserable being there that these people don't know what to do.
I think they're having fun last night. The Enters is hitting well. He's obviously having a good time. JD's having a good time. But JD's a guy who's talking to the young guys too. Like, he's the old veteran that comes in. He's happy just to be there. I don't know, man.
No.
Like him,
there's a lot of tension, dude. Yes, a night where they score 10 runs, they're going to be happy. But I'm just saying overall,
Marte's not happy though.
You know what I mean?
No, I do know what you mean. I mean, it is tough being on a team that's not doing well.
Yeah.
But still, again, like, that's why you're the veteran player. You should be to be like, hey, it's gonna be all right. You know, be an outspoken guy.
The problem is it shouldn't be on him. It should be on Alonso and Lindor, but they don't want to take that role. And Jeff McNeil.
Well, I feel like Lindor kind of is taking that role. Lindor was a late, 8th inning home run, by the way. I think it's 14th of the year.
John Carlo Stanton-esque home run late in the game.
Yes, you could say that, but still, you want to be happy, right, for him. But yeah, in terms of McNeil, I think I don't know, man. He got the start last night. But I don't know how you feel, Zach, but it's almost like I want to see Iglesias out there, to be honest. Because he's been hitting pretty well. He looks good at second, and it's just like McNeil seems like that guy who's really like, I mean, you're not approachable at all in the clubhouse for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can't.
And honestly, dude, I saw yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday during the day. He went to like the cricket championship. And they had I guess because he was like a special guest at a ceremony. He exchanged a signed bat with one of the cricket players. They gave him a signed paddle or whatever. And I'm just like, dude. Not for nothing. Like, isn't there a fucking game tonight? Like, what are you doing at the Cricket Council Championships? Like, he really is, dude. Oh, God. But like I said, Mets do get the win, 10-4. Even up the series, you're looking to take 2 out of 3 now at home against the Marlins, which you really should. I mean, obviously you should. But I believe it's 7-10 game tonight. We had Severino on the mound. Speaking of, you should win this game. Sevy pitching pretty well. 4-2, 3.25. We'll get into the frenzy. But I mean, again, like no reason why you should be winning this series. As we have a load of comments to get to. Matthew Ryan, Will Pons 2.0. What's up, dude? But I know my mother. Hold on, I want to get this before we get to the frenzy. My mother says we love Angeline and AC. Yeah. Haven't been there in a long time. Waiting for me to come home to go.
Wow.
But we love the break from work mostly, she's saying. And it's a short drive from Staten Island, and it's good to get like a quick weekend in,
Yeah. No, I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
She wants to plan a road trip in August. So there we go, Brian. Road trip in August.
Like that.
Regatta. Check your app. Comped rooms. The buffet.
Look at the chips, dude. Really, the chips. Just one of those things. Anyway, Tony, I think it would just be appropriate moving forward in a full-on abbreviated baseball frenzy.
That's right, Brian. What a great call there. You know the deal here. It's a beautiful Thursday, a thirsty Thursday. Beautiful weather out there for a ball game, let me tell you. And I was just, talking about the Mets. So let's go to game 1 here for me. The pick of Luis Severino On the bump here, towing the slab, as they would say, the Mets -2 hundo. We're going to take this series, which would be great against the Marlins here. The Marlins, Rodri Munoz. Of ERA a tick below 6 at a 5.95. If you think the Mets could score 10 runs last night, I mean, they should be scoring like 15 runs easily tonight. They may take the over just by themselves, which is 8.5, by the way. And I will be taking the over here in the Mets. I know I was just bashing him, but Marte's bat has been hot, inevitably getting the start in right field. Let's be honest here. As he should, I guess, at this point. But nonetheless, the 288 average hitter will be hitting another home run tonight. Probably a 2-for-4 night. I'm expecting to see, honestly, all of our big guns once again getting hits, which is what we saw last night. Vientos remaining hot. JD, Lindor, a couple more RBIs for him would be great. Alonso, still searching for that 15th dinger. I think it could come an early on, maybe second inning, get the scoring started. Talk about, Alonso taking that leading role. Let's put it on the field. That's the only thing he's good at, it seems. So give me the Mets winning this game. I'll say Mets 9, Miami 3.
Wow.
9-3.
2 strong
Let's
wins in
go,
a row.
dude.
And speaking of wins in a row, the Yankees here going for their 5th straight win, 4th overall versus the Royals. We've mentioned Marsh and Cortez. And like I said, I don't think we need Nestor to be great. We just want him to be a lot better than he has on the road up to the point this season. I think he'll do that. I think he'll go 6 innings. He'll probably give up 3 runs. But I think the offense backs him up early and often. I think first inning, Juan Soto triple. Not Juan Soto, but Andy Volpe triple, Juan Soto homer.
Wow.
2-0, just like that, giving Nestor a little relief. And then I think later on, you see Judge leave the building as well, and a few RBIs from Alex Verdugo. Next thing you know, the Yankees win this game. We are going to say 7-4. So it's the Yankees, and it's the over.
Great call there, obviously. Next game here for me. You spoke with the Yankees playing the Red Sox right now.
Royals. Red Sox tomorrow. I got it. Thought you meant tonight. Understandable confusion on both ends. Continue.
Zach's even shaking his head over here, too.
I didn't see that to monitor
But
Boston.
the Phillies are in Boston tonight. A Nesson game here at Fenway Park. Tanner Houck, who's been pitching very well, 1.91 ERA.
We thought it's Hoke, dude.
Houck. But unfortunately, 6-5 on the year. A terrible record. Aaron Nola, a name more easy to pronounce there. He's pitching really well. 8-2 in the year. The Phillies are great. Top contender, they say, to be winning the World Series. Bryce Harper, 15 dingers in the season. I think he's due for one tonight, hitting the Green Monster, maybe, who knows. But I believe this is game 3. It is game 3. Yes, this is the final game here. The series is split. Red Sox won last night 8-6. I would imagine, though, Nola keeps that ball in the park more. So I would say over under is 8.5. Nola maybe due to give up maybe a home run, maybe a solo shot from Devers or something. Rafael. Phillies going to win this game. I'll say 7-2. So Phillies and just the over.
All right. So second game. It's the Patrick Corbin fade spot. He's going
Casey
up against
Mize.
the Tigers. Casey Mize isn't great. Patrick Corbin
Even worse.
is like your bullpen coach getting the start. It's just not going to work. And the Tigers, even though their offense isn't great, I could even see, Tony, Javi Baez hitting a grand slam.
That's ridiculous.
Off of Corbin. And I think the Tigers from that point really coast. And Mize throws 6 innings, a 2-run ball. And the Tigers win this game. We're going to say 7-3. So it's the Tigers and it's the over.
Wow, dude. Last game here for me. Is that Medina pitching for the A's?
Luis Medina, he had been injured, just working his way back here. The former Yankee farmhands.
Wow, that's a game I probably won't be touching. Dude, the Braves-Orioles game, 1:05 p.m. Bound to be a good game, honestly. Camden Yards. I know, some of these matchups are kind of tough, dude, but I guess the D-backs are at home, Chase Field against the Angels. Brendan Pfaadt, pitching there for the D-backs. You know, someone who's not pitching well this year, struggled in the World Series, as well, Brendan Pfaadt, with a 4.6 ERA. Like I said, not pitching well. Griffin Canning pitching for the Angels. I would imagine at this point, absolute offensive explosion, honestly, for both teams, possibly. Taylor Ward for the Angels have been batting well, over 8.5. But I said, give me a Christian Walker, bottom of the ninth, walk-off 2-run homer. D-backs win this game 7-5, Brian. D-backs in the over.
Wow. It was a tight game last night. It's not going to be tight tonight. You got Garrett Crochet versus Luis Castillo, 9:40 from T-Mobile Park. 2-1 yesterday. I think this one, we're going to say 6-1. So we're going to go with the Mariners in the under. Luis Castillo, I think, will feast on a weak White Sox lineup, and they will lose for the 53rd time in 70 games, which is kind of crazy when you look at it that way. But just like that, that is your baseball frenzy.
Love that, dude.
So let's get those 2 New York wins today.
Let's do it, dude.
And let's go to the world of the National Hockey League.
Here he comes. McDavid shoots, top shelf, he scores! Captain with the overtime winner. That's the middle quick. It's a world-class hit right here. Tomsky stepping, Rick made the full split save.
Are you kidding me?
Turn, side of the net, between the legs, and they score! Filthy! David Pastrnak, the silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
All right. So game 3 from Alberta, Canada tonight between the Edmonton Oilers, the Florida Panthers. Edmonton really getting embarrassed, I feel, in the first 2 games here. I believe 3-0 and 4-1 after scoring 1 goal, 4 unanswered last time out. And I don't know. I felt good about them going into this series. I don't feel good anymore. And I think you see a change in me. I started with it with Tiger, Tony, where it's like, even if I'm rooting for a team, once like you see signs, you just jump off the ship. And I think that's what we're seeing here. And I'm not going to get all wrapped up and think the Oilers are going to win 2 or win 4 in a row, win the series, that type of thing. I could just tell this Panthers team, and we obviously saw it in the Rangers series, is a Stanley Cup winning team. So I don't see how the Oilers are going to win this game. And I'm just kind of curious if you kind of feel like the Oilers will win this game.
I mean, I don't know, dude. It really is so tough to try and dictate or even predict an outcome here, because obviously the Panthers game here. But in the back of my mind, I am a little bit like thinking that the Oilers are going to figure it out. And I mean, God, they're in their home, like they're at their home ice advantage here. God, I guess even as I'm talking about it, I don't even know if I believe myself, Brian.
Right? Like they just have looked like
but
shit.
It's just I find it so hard to believe, honestly, that this is a gentleman's or a sweep, Like I don't think so, because there's no way, honestly, because the Oilers, I mean, I said it when they beat the Stars, like they definitely played above
Tiger
their
missing
means.
like a 4-foot par putt, so he's gonna go to 4 over through 13.
It's over, dude. Like it's cut. Like he's cut.
Withdraw today or no? He doesn't look like he's ailing. It just looks like he's just not executing. So guess he'll grind it out. Never know.
Playing the Masters behind you, by the way, right now.
Jack in 86.
Right? Yeah, probably.
Never know.
I don't know, dude. I guess I think honestly though, if the Oilers can pull out this win, it's almost like what you were saying yesterday about the NBA Finals.
Yeah,
it's almost like whoever wins Game 3 will end up winning the series.
Yeah,
because I can see the Oilers like honestly taking 2 at home. If they do win Game 1 and get momentum and find a way to beat the Panthers, that's the problem. I feel like throughout this entire postseason, no one has found a formula to beat the Panthers, dude. I guess you could say Boston almost came close, but regardless, like I think that was early on in the playoffs where the Panthers were even just finding themselves. I mean, look at the Panthers. Like their game now is just so good. They've gotten way better throughout this playoffs. I mean, you see Vladimir Tarasenko, who's honestly I feel like a player that you can even more compare to Panarin. but he's playing a Panthers game. He's out there throwing his body around, forechecking, back checking, and he's scoring. He has some goals this postseason, which is crazy because that was a guy for the Rangers last postseason that was, nowhere to be found also, Yeah. So it's just that their game is just so crisp and they're moving as one unit. If you're the Oilers, you have to take advantage of the power play, find a way to score. I think you were 0 for 4 on the last game on the power play. We know about the lack of offense, the lack of shot attempts even too. I mean, it's rare you see the Oilers getting outshot as heavily as they are right now. So if I'm freaking Knobloch over there for the Oilers, I'm settling down my team and you gotta keep like Draisaitl cool. You can't have him freaking out and throwing bows and stuff. Barkov totally healthy, by the way, for tonight's game.
There you go.
I don't know if you remember he hit the jaw from Draisaitl. And you gotta, I don't think at this point the Oilers have tried to go toe to toe with the Panthers. Obviously not working. You gotta get some speed and you gotta figure out how to get around their defense, dude. And then of course get through Bobrovsky, which is kind of, I think at this point you're just hoping he has a couple off nights, really. Yeah. Because he's been so freaking good. But like you said, the light right now at the end of the tunnel is very dim for the Oilers. At this point, I'm looking at it from my perspective. If I'm the Oilers, I mean, you really take this one game at a time and try to make it a respectable series because the Panthers are a freight train coming down and there's no sign of them stopping. Brian,
how about Matthew Pavone, an Eagle on 10, now has a 2-shot lead, 5 under through 10 holes. So Matthew Pavone won earlier this season, off to a great start here. Brooksy still at 3 under, joined by Henley and Aubert. So the three of them tied for second here. So interesting start. We mentioned the Tiger bogey. The wind has been taken out of the sails, Tony.
You honestly think withdraw?
No, he's not going to withdraw, but he's going to embarrass himself, though, unfortunately. But how about, speaking of embarrassing themselves, so we have Phil at 7 over through 11, and then Sahith Theegala and Justin Thomas 6 over. So Sahith surprises me. JT, not so much, but
yeah,
kind of crazy.
Tough course.
I feel like
Sahith doesn't putt well, though. No, does he?
It just, I think it comes and goes,
Yeah, which is tough. I mean, I feel like, you said it. I mean, Tiger with the 4-foot putt. I mean, these greens are so unforgiving. Forget about it, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's Jack Nicklaus, by the way, 6-time Masters champion.
Yeah, nobody like Jack. So what's your prediction here for this game?
Oh, it's honestly tough, dude, to make a prediction here, but I mean, I guess I gotta go Panthers, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's the Panthers. I think it's the under. I think it's like 3-1, honestly. Like, I'm just telling you, it's just they have figured out a formula that can't be beat.
I know, it really is. And they have the perfect group of guys for it.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And it's pretty nuts too. I forget who tweeted this. It was like a picture of Bobrovsky when he first started, first few years in the league. He's on Columbus with like a 4 average goals against him and like not really that great, and here he is now, like he's like 35, 36, I think.
And about to win his first cup. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, it really is.
Right? So hopefully we get a good one. And then we could actually have a series, but it just seems like we're very close here, Tony, to baseball being the sole focus. Nobody cares about the Olympics. So let's not talk about that. Paris this year or no? Or they already had it in Paris? No, it's in Paris.
It is in Paris.
Okay. It was so funny being Matt where actually I was riled because, obviously I've had my rants about the Olympics, but I don't know how it even came up, but we were just saying like, yeah, dude, like I'm not watching that.
Lonnie comments in here.
The batting practice?
Let the titties fly. Give me the Oilers tonight.
He said that?
Yeah.
Oh, you saw that video or no?
Yeah.
Like I was confused though. Like, is that like actually real or is that just like AI?
No, that's real, dude. They had that girl Spittin' Chicklets had her on
but
as an interview.
Did she get arrested like afterwards or?
No, it doesn't seem like anything bad happened to her. I don't think anything really I don't think anyone really knew, dude. Like what had happened until after the game, maybe.
Statute of limitations?
I guess. I mean, what? Yeah, I guess so.
Imagine doing that at the Garden.
Like you're out, dude. You're probably banned for life. Like,
yeah.
The interview was so
no,
ridiculous.
in a
too,
session,
like,
what did she say?
Spur of the moment thing.
Wanted to show the girls off.
Yeah, they're fake. She said.
What a weirdo.
She's had to delete all of her like social media because of this.
Oh my god.
And it was just like her friend that filmed it, didn't even know she was gonna post it before she even knew. When the game was over, everyone recognized her. I think she said she was drinking, but not like too hammered.
Crazy.
Kind of is crazy. And honestly, like, not for nothing, like her friend posting it, that's kind of fucked up, don't you think, dude? Like,
I swear to God, I thought you were gonna say.
Oh God, Brian. What?
Not for nothing, but like they didn't really look that great. I'm just saying, it seemed like you were gonna say that.
No. I was not gonna say that, Brian.
Well, I'm saying you can see why I would think that's funny.
Yeah, no, that is hilarious. I mean, she doesn't look that great. But,
yeah,
you know.
exactly. So, oh man, that is funny. So let's just go quickly here to the world of the National Basketball Association.
LeBron James at the buzzer. He banks in the three, and the Lakers win the game.
Oh man, another disaster for the Dallas Mavericks last night. 13-point lead in the first quarter. Ended up being held under 100 points again. And the Celtics are one win away, Tony, from their first title in 16 years. And we'll have that opportunity. Game 4 in Dallas on Friday. But Game 3, really was the Celtics had taken control. Dallas made a little comeback, outscoring them by 8 in the fourth, but ultimately fall 106-99. You had Luka following out, blaming the officials. So just, Kyrie had a nice game, 35, but it's over. I mean, I kind of thought it was over before this game started, and you almost got the Tiger hope at the start with the lead. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say other than there's no way now, and history would agree with me, that Dallas has a shot.
As in, like, it's never happened before? NBA
Finals, definitely.
Wait, no, what? I guess
the 3-1, not 3-0. No way. Right. No way.
That's crazy, dude. But yeah, it really is sad. Mike and I were watching this game during Gaming Corner last night. And I don't know, man. Like you said, Dallas came out, looked like they could get something going. They had an early on lead. Celtics ended up coming back. I think they were within like 6 or something first quarter. All of a sudden, the half comes. They have the lead by 1. It was like 51-50 at the half or whatever it was. And honestly, Celtics just really never looked back, dude. It seemed like big plays were happening.
Right.
I'm watching, Tatum hit a few threes, Jaylen Brown with some dunks, dude. Even White with some big shots, off the bench as well. And I mean, what the hell? Like, even at one point, even Mike was like, yo, who's even on the floor for Dallas? And you got Washington and Hardaway, right? And it's just like, these guys are missing their shots. And it's just like the bench players are not even, like, they're not, you need some support from your bench. They don't have those role players, it seems, Dallas. And then, of course, you said it. I mean, Luka fouling out at the end there, unfortunate. And obviously, at that point, I mean, that was kind of the game. I think it was 4 minutes left, and Dallas had gone on a crazy run. I think they were like a 20-2 run within the last like 7 minutes.
Jason Kidd calls a timeout in the midst of that run. Everybody was talking about that on Twitter.
That's kind of bogus.
Yeah.
What do you think about Jason Kidd? You think his coaching is subpar for the finals right now? You think he's getting out-coached?
Yeah, but I mean, Luka hasn't been Luka though.
Yeah. Do you think who's to? I guess if you want to put the blame on more, it's the players, not Jason Kidd.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Come on. And you hear Windhorst, he really called out Luka.
Really?
He said that Dallas is they're nowhere near a title right now.
Yeah.
If Luka wants to raise a banner one day, he's gonna have to grow up, play defense, get in shape.
Do you think he's not playing defense?
Not well enough.
But I don't know. I mean, I'll get let me pull up the box score here again just for last night. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I understand they're putting it on Luka's shoulders. I mean, I don't know, dude. At the end of the day, it's like I understand we were expecting to have his 50-point, 60-point game, and obviously that would be a difference maker. But I mean, it's not like anyone from the Celtics is having that game either. Like they're just playing as a team, you know?
Right.
You look at the box score. I mean, Tatum is 30, you know, Brown has 30, and then everyone else is just kind of, you know, having like support roles there. And it just seems like that's what the Mavericks are missing, are those support players, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, though, you would still expect Luka to come in here and take command of a game, which obviously hasn't happened yet. But again, him fouling out last night was tough. You know, 27 points without playing for the last 4 minutes, 4 or 5
something
minutes.
like that.
I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think the refs are to blame for him fouling out, or do you think he is maybe having some lazy play or just over his head, can't keep up?
It's all on him. You know, like I told you yesterday, you don't blame the refs. You know, even no matter how good or bad the refs are.
Yeah,
you're gonna win. You're gonna win. I mean, it's like, sure, if there's one call at the end of the game, but there wasn't one call at the end of the game. Like, that's bullshit.
No, you're right. It wasn't.
Yeah.
And you know, at the end of the day, too. I mean, you know how many fouls you have. Like, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, don't foul out.
Kind of interesting. Josh B says Dallas is done. What Windhurst said about Luka was brutal, and he's the biggest baby in the league. So a little interesting comment there.
You're saying Luka is?
Yeah. And then
that's crazy.
And then Lonnie says Luka is a big ass baby. So kind of interesting too, because I feel like there was a different, you know, sentiment like his first year or two in the league, and it's kind of changed. But like, it was like, wow, this guy is serious. He's played like since he was younger in Europe. He's so ready to go. He's a star. This and that. And now he's under the microscope, and it's not going well.
Yeah, and I also feel like too. I mean, so many players, and again, you know, maybe I'm talking out of my pants here, but I feel like a lot of like those type of players that come in so young, you know, 3 years in the league is when you see them like bulk up,
right,
and get kind of ripped and are in a little bit better shape. I mean, I guess you can even use Tatum as an example. I feel like he wasn't nearly as bulky coming into the league. Giannis, one of them as well. Obviously, Luka doesn't have that. And you said, you know, what Windhorst said about him getting in shape and stuff. Do you think he does have to do that, or do you think because
I think Windhorst definitely has to.
Windhorst has to get in shape.
Yeah.
But do you think Luka has to change? Like,
yeah, he does. And that's why everybody thought it was a joke. Like Michael Finley, who works in the Mavs front office, like took the beer away from after the thing. Like, I think that was actually like serious, which is kind of crazy because it's like clinching moment. Like I get what we're trying to do, but yeah, I just think he doesn't train hard enough. And it's like, it's disappointing just because you're right there. You could imagine if he had the Kobe Bryant dedication.
I know, dude.
It'd be a little different, huh?
What do you think about Kyrie? I think he had like 34 last night.
35. Yeah, but I mean, it's just, but you needed to win.
You need to win, yeah. Again, I mean, big moments. These guys are missing shots.
Yeah.
At least from what we can see. So
yeah. So we'll have to see what happens, but definitely seems like a sweep, Tony, is on the horizon.
Really?
Here. Yeah.
Percentage the Mavs get 1.
2. Oh, Lonnie texted me, show Tony the casket. And don't worry, I texted him the picture right away, as well as the Edmonton Oilers logo that you sent me. And I know he really appreciated that, even though he was searching.
Oh, no, I didn't. What?
Live comment.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah, you know, I mean, they really weren't that great.
You really don't think so? Come on, dude. I mean, I don't know what you're really complaining about. That is pretty funny, dude.
Yeah.
But it is like, I mean, that's what like it's kind of a shame. That's what like the Oilers. Sorry, I was just like if that's what the Oilers are going to be known for right now, dude.
Yeah,
like honestly, like it's not like that's cute, but like give me like, what the fuck? They got to show up too. Like it's not like them and the Mavs. Like you got to figure it out.
I want them to get swept, embarrassed.
He's
the
not
next week. Yes,
Edmonton,
I'm telling you, and everybody watch out for this. You can chop it up, whatever you want to do. This could be the start. Tonight could be the start of McDavid making his way east. So we'll have to see what happens there. Tony's so tight about getting a star Hall
I'm not
of Famer,
tight. It's just not going to
player.
happen, dude. I would love to have it, but I would be very doubtful.
Well, I'm just saying.
And again, I know you can say there's superstars that have come from Edmonton before that ended up on the Rangers, a few of them. But I don't know, man. McDavid, this one, he just seems the type of player that's never going to want to leave Edmonton, no matter what. No matter what.
Everybody has a breaking point. It's true.
Is it?
Even the great Lindor has a breaking point.
I don't know. I feel like he's fine with the Mets, I feel. He's not going to go anywhere else.
I don't think it's up to him or the Mets on that one. Well, maybe technically it's up to him because if he had a good season, you know what I mean. Enough.
It's up to nobody.
One last comment here from Lonnie says, "You're bugging." So that's kind of funny.
God, Lonnie.
But here we are as Pavone dropped a shot as well. So he's 4 under. Aubert solo second, 3 under. Koepka had a bogey, so he's 2 under with Cantley and Heenley. Full round 1 recap tomorrow. But here we are. Another great show, and we really appreciate everybody who tuned in today. Continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jane Costume, the merch at downtimetv.com. We want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Yankees.
Go Mets.
And we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.